I start out with these vines, and what were the vines about?
So the vines were basically what we were doing as like our experiments and challenges that we were doing like the last year. So it was all public pranks and disturbances. Like we would get on top of like the food court lunch tables and do like a lightsaber battle, or like we'd get together and do like a flash mob in the whatever. But then sadly we got kicked out of the mall because
got banned from the mall.
We got banned from the mall.
Banned from your training ground.
It was really sad.
You got banned from the
We
mall?
can't even come back now. Yeah, it's
Really?
like we're now 26 and we are still banned from the mall.
Like, we
What
keep
happened?
going back and they're like, oh, get out of here.
Really?
We
You're
rode,
banned for life?
Yeah. So stupid.
we took you know how like every single mall has like a seating area like every once in a while or whatever, or like the dads like sit on there for a while. We ended up like taking one of these couches and like putting it on an escalator and just like riding it up, and then just we put it back down. That's it. And we were just did it for a really quick video. And they just thought we were like stealing the couch, and so they sent us like super serious emails like, you can never come back. Sign this.
Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
well, this was like the 18th straw after like flash mobs and, singing in the courtrooms and stuff like that. Like, they're like, all right, you guys just got to get out of here. We're done with your shenanigans.
Yeah.
Well, it served its purpose.
Yeah.
It did.
And so we were like, okay, well, now we can't go to the mall. Like, what's the natural next step? And it's like we were about to graduate high school. And so we heard about all the people out in LA, like all the collaborators. And I don't know if you remember, but there is this like massive apartment building with all the Viners that were all collabing together. And we're like, maybe we should go out to LA. So we took a trip out there just for like a week and said, okay, is this the spot to go? And we got back and we asked our parents, like, hey, can we just not go to college and, pursue this thing full time? And they were like,
no.
Well, like, why? Like, no, like, why don't you do this? But then, after talking with them, they're like, okay, main thing, we want you guys to be okay in the financial world or whatever. So as long as you can prove to us that you can make money, they set a goal of like, I think it was like $20,000. If you guys can make 20 grand before you graduate, you could move out and skip a year of college. And we're like, all right, let's hit the ground running.
And we just played like the whole like, we're doing a gap year sort of thing on them. We were just like, listen, Mom, if I fail, like I'll go to KU next year. Like, already accepted, so let's just try it or whatever. And plus, like, they had seen this whole journey. They saw like our friendship. They saw that we had like something going on with like the way we were thinking about stuff. And so I think they were just like, we can't really control them. Again, a mom just wants you to be financially secure. And so like as soon as we were able to prove that, they didn't care.
So this was, you guys were still in high school.
Still in high school.
And
18.
how many followers did you have on social media?
300K?
Yeah, maybe like 300,000.
Well, 300,000's real. That's a real number.
Yeah.
So you were getting some traction.
It was like on the cusp of like, LA rent is a lot. And so like when we were thinking about it, $3,000, $5,000 to survive out in LA per month. We're like, I don't know if we can actually make that on Vine.
What do you make on Vine? How did you make money at all on Vine?
Nothing.
Vine didn't have a monetization platform, so it was like so difficult to make money. And so we do things like live streaming, or every once in a while we get brand deals. But a lot of our income came from touring. So we didn't really have a on-stage talent. But we knew like that was where the money was. And so we're like, all right, let's get our names out there by going on tour, and two, make some money to be able to move out to LA. And so we'd host shows. We'd be like the MC, and like in between acts, we'd come out like, say a stupid story and then like introduce the next act.
Like what kind of shows?
They were like social media shows where it's just like most talent there were like singers, but it was honestly just like a meet and greet for guys, like, to be honest. Like a bunch of girls would come to, literally the first one ever was called MadCon, and it's just like all these girls will just come and like meet their favorite YouTubers, meet their favorite Viners, whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so we'd host that.
These YouTubers and Viners would just, whatever they did, whether they played guitar or something, they did something so they could do it publicly, but people were just there to see them because they were the person from YouTube.
Pretty much, yeah.
And meet them and take pictures and stuff like that.
Right. And so you guys did that for money for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
Luckily, that ended up working out. We didn't get our entire goal, but our family was like, all right, you guys are making money, why not? So 3 days after our high school graduation, we took the road out to Los Angeles without a plan. We didn't know where we were going to stay. We didn't have an apartment. We had like one friend out there.
That's
and we're
it.
just like, let's make this happen. However possible, we're going to make it happen.
Did you find the Vine apartment building?
We ended up
The next
living-
year we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ended up living there like the next year.
Really?
But it took a long time because that one was one of the most expensive apartment buildings in Hollywood. So we spent a year like saving up. Like we were like the most stingy people ever. Like our friends would want to go out for pizza, and we would eat before. And we're like, yeah, we're down to go out, but we'll just sit there with our cup of water because we want to save the $20.
All of our furniture was from the dumpster. Like we just throw like covers over everything, and just like we were just living very, very like we can't spend any money whatsoever. Right. We only had one car out there, so it was just grind mode. As soon as we got out there, like the difference between like us and a lot of social media kids that do try to make the journey to LA is we knew we had to like prove ourselves, and we knew we had like a year tops, and so we were doing everything we could to be like entrepreneurs and start like side businesses and stuff like that, come out with merch, like just anything we could do to generate revenue.
So it starts out with you start doing these vines, and then you move to YouTube. And was it immediately the abandoned building thing, or did you do other stuff?
We did YouTube, like trendy stuff, like challenges or whatever,
which we hated.
The question and answer stuff, which we hated. Yeah, for like 2 or 3 years. It was actually when Vine died that we realized, oh no, like we need to figure something out. Like Vine
was subscribers or followers did you have before it died?
On Vine, 1.7 million.
Oh, it was happening.
Yeah, it started
real numbers.
Getting there. But no money, no monetization. So we were like, we have to move this over to YouTube so we can set up AdSense and stuff.
But the difference between a 6-second video and a 10-minute long video is a whole different audience.
Well, how about what you're doing now?
Exactly.
I mean, you guys are doing like little mini documentaries now.
Exactly. Yeah. So the fact that we started on 6-second videos and now we do like 60-minute long videos is very
It's kind of funny.
It's so weird.
Yeah, but it seems natural. Like when you guys do it, it seems natural. I told you my daughter's obsessed with you, and that's how I found out about it. She forced me to watch these videos.
Forced.
Well, she did. She's like, you've got to see. She loves ghosts. She's like fascinated by like horror movies and ghosts, which is, I wonder if it's genetic.